Hello and good morning and welcome back to another Predator Bites video. So this is the Ponds diaries and this is update December. I'm really sorry about November's update. I didn't get around to doing it, which I'll talk a little bit more about later on. But I'm here, I'm mega early. I was here for first light. I've actually just put both my rods into the water. I'll talk to you a little bit about what I've done. Sorry, I'm just keeping an eye on them because they're mega sensitive. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about what I've done this time round, a little bit different to what I've done last time round in terms of the floats that I'm using and that. Now, when I turned up maybe half an hour ago, as I was setting up really slowly in the dark, I've noticed there's a lot of movement in the water. So I feel quite confident, hopefully, that me getting up early and coming up here is paid off. So let's just stand up. The lighting level is not very good at the moment, so I do apologise. So yeah, there's lots of movement in the water. There's still a lot of weed and there's still a lot of lilies knocking around. Like I say, I'll talk to you a little bit later on about what's gone on over the last month and so. But at the moment, I was just really talking about the opening of this video. So I hope you enjoy it, relax, sit back. It's 2 days before Christmas. I'm mega excited. I really hope I don't blank on this session. I really hope I get a fish. Just as a Christmas present to myself, really. So I'm just going to wait for the light levels to kick in a little bit more. Hopefully I can pick a fish up. I'm going to sit mega quiet now. I'm drifting one and I've got one static, but again I'll go into that a bit more in depth in a moment. And hopefully I'll have a fish next time we speak. If not, then I'll just talk to you a little bit about what I'm doing as well. Speak in a bit. Okay, so I've had the baits out for about maybe 45 minutes to an hour. Not sure what the time is. Let's have a look. It's coming up to 7 o'clock, so it's still mega early. Yeah, like I say, I've had the baits out for a little while, and I'll tell you a little bit what I'm doing. I'm fishing that particular swim that I always fish of recent years because I had those two doubles here. Not specifically for that reason. I can go to any swim and have doubles. I just feel that this one is always going to produce. Maybe I'm a little bit early in fishing for this because when I had that more success in this swim and where I saw more fish coming out other than what I had in this swim, they were taken like late in the season, so the back half of the season, February, March time. Now I thought I'd just try my luck and try my luck here just to see if I can just nab one of those fish, or at least another double or something. That's kind of what I'm fishing for this season. To try and up as many doubles as I can from these two venues and other venues as well. But this is primarily about this venue. I'm the only one on the lakes at the moment. What I'm going to do, which is very unlike me, unless I think it's necessary, I'm actually thinking or planning to do a couple of moves today. Well, at least another move. So yeah, I've got two rods out at the moment. I'm using a Fox clear. Well, they're both clear Fox floats that I like using. But one of them's a dart. Now, you heard me make fun of Dan my mate Dan in the lessons learnt video about his floats. They're the Fox darts as well, but they're the newer versions and I don't like them. So yeah, I'm fishing mackerel on that one. So it's bottom end only, so it's specifically for lakes. It's how you would fish lakes really, using a bottom end only float. Now, there's nothing saying that you should use a bottom end only or a straight, a float, the line that goes straight through the float. It's like waggler fishing and stick float fishing with match fishing, so you can use either one or other on a lake. It doesn't really matter unless there's a specific reason why you're using it. Obviously a stick float on a river when you're trotting down for barbel or for dace, that kind of thing. But with pike fishing, it doesn't really matter. All you're trying to get is the best indication possible, and as soon as that pike hopefully picks it up, then I'm going to get indication. But the best thing as well, in the swim behind me where the float is, I don't think you can see it, it's just there. Okay, I don't know if you saw it. Yeah, I think you can. I can actually see the bait. The water's so clear in these two ponds, and I've always said it's so clear, so I'm hoping to get some underwater shots at some point with the camera that's on my head. So hopefully I can get some underwater shots. but I can see the bait on the bottom as clear as anything. But I've actually seen a few dark shadows that go over the top of it already. Now, it could be smaller fish, it could be something else. It could be the weed moving over the top of it. I don't think that would be the case being on a pond like this. So maybe it's a small investigative perch, maybe. I mean, I know they don't eat mackerel, but they're probably seeing what's going on. Maybe even a tench, maybe a tench swam over it, I don't know, but there was a dark shadow over it a few times. So if a fish picks it up, it'd be fantastic to get it on video, but I can't guarantee that that's going to be the case. I'm going to have the video in time. Now on the other one, I fish it out. I normally fish floats. So I'm fishing it just off bottom. Well, sorry, the dart is on the bottom, so it's laying just on top of the weed. So the other one, I'm fishing out I normally fish, but rather than use a ball bob or a fat bodied style float, I'm actually using a slimline slider. Again, a Fox float. It's an old float. You can't buy these floats anymore, maybe on eBay, but it's a slimline slider, so it actually pulls when a pike picks it up, which is fishing with bream at the moment, a fairly small bream. So when a fish picks it up, it'll slide on very, very easily, just sort of sail away. It'll give me a more positive bite, just in case a pike are finicky and nudging it and that. And the reason why I'm doing that is because on the far bank there is pike floats stuck in the island. So obviously the pikers have been out fishing. So in such a small pond like this, I don't know how pressured the fish feel this time of the year at the moment. You know, when I caught those at the back end of last season, which was March gone, they was ravenous, mate. They was picking them up like there was no tomorrow. Probably feeding up for spawning. But at the moment, they're a little bit finicky. I mean, my last two sessions I haven't blanked, but one was on a lure, 2-pounder, and the other one was a 2-pounder on a sprat. So I'm only really catching small fish at the moment, so it'd be really nice to get something a little bit more substantial like I did last season. So last season I was catching quite a few 7, 8 and 9 pounders with those 2 doubles on top, obviously. I had a lot more bigger fish than I did have 2, 3-pounders, if that makes sense. So yeah, that one's actually fishing off bottom and it's just drifting about a little bit at the moment. I always like to have one on the bottom and one drifting, just to edge my bets and see what's working really. I need to keep an eye on the floats. It's getting a little bit brighter now, as you can see. So I'm going to probably sit it out in the swim for 2-3 hours, moving the baits about. I've got a lot of water in front of me. Like I said, I'm the only one fishing at the moment. It's 2 days before Christmas. So I'd expect all the young kids maybe to come out and have a little mess around or whatever. So I don't know how long I'm going to stay here for. Like I say, on the BBC weather app, it says that the sun rises at 8 and fades at 4. So maybe I'll stay to the end. The only problem is I'm going to get caught with the Christmas shoppers, hopefully stinking of pike, which means we've had a few. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch the camera off for the moment. Hopefully we'll bag one. I've got a camera on my head, so hopefully I can catch some action of playing the fish, netting the fish, unhooking the fish and putting the fish back. Obviously with some photos and to show you guys. I'm not, even a small one, I'll still show you it. I always do. Got the scales ready, a bit optimistic, but I always get the scales ready. But anyway, I'm going to switch the camera off for now. Hopefully we'll have a few fish. And I'll give you an update if I move or if anything's happened or maybe if something hasn't happened. But I'm hoping it will, because I really need to bag a few fish. Because I feel I've not really, I've only had 4 sessions this season, and I've not had many fish and I've not done too well really. I'll be honest with you, I don't like the front end of the season. I prefer the back end of the season, you guys know. But anyway, I'm going to switch the camera off for now and hopefully come back to me in a bit. So while I'm fishing, I thought I'd just show you this little purchase I've just made. I've decorated it myself, so it's actually got a Pike decal on the front of it. I've actually put my own decals on the back. There you go, my favourite bait company, and obviously the Predator Bites logo. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about it. Fantastic. I've got my coat in it at the moment, but you can use it for all different things. It's fantastic what you can you know, the basic things that people use. I mean, a lot of people like using chairs, and I do, and I get made fun of a little bit by my friends, Jack and a few other people, that I use a bucket quite a lot for fishing. And I actually saw this one. This is made by Jack Pike, ironically. It's made by Jack Pike, and what it does is, it's quite tall. So it's got my coat in at the moment. It's quite tall, but it swivels, and it's got a padded seat on top of it. It's used primarily, I believe, for shooting and hunting, that kind of thing. But I think anglers use it. And the first time I ever saw it was on the Carp Catcher's channel. Now, the Carp Catcher, fantastic. I can't remember his name. I've been watching his videos for years. Even though I'm not a carp fisherman, I just love watching his videos. And he does something similar to myself. You know, I get not moaned at, but a lot of people say to me, "Oh, how comes you're always talking in your videos? All you tend to do is talk. I'm looking for fishing." I don't get that too often. I get it a little bit because a lot of pike anglers like to see action. They like to see fish being caught and all stuff like that, basically. So I understand that they want to see fish all the time, but I've never made any bones about the fact that my videos are always about, they're always about me, how can I put it? They're always about me just talking about my life, talking about myself and my fishing, and enjoying it for what it is. Because I don't catch fish one after another all the time. So when I do, it's a real treat. I don't tend to go to the venues where that's the case. But then saying that, this water is meant to be a runs water. So at the moment, it's not sort of working out. But yeah, Carp Catcher, these videos, it's worth going to watch them if you're a carp angler as well. You might find them a bit boring because they're long-winded, but I like watching what he talks about. He talks about his life, he talks about fishing, he's got a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge. He talks about his job, just shows you cooking on the bank, does all different cooking and stuff, and people enjoy tuning into him as a person. And I hope the fact that I come across that way, I believe I do. Let's just show you a bit of the lake while I'm talking. I believe I do because people have told me that in messages, which is really nice. It's really kind that people do that, you know. So, I mean, this is the upper pond that I'm fishing at the moment. It's not very big, as you can see. It might look big on video, but it's not very big at all. There's a lot of fish in here. There's a lot of carp, tench, perch, silvers. I think there's a few. I'm not sure about eels. It looks like an eel water, if anything. There's probably a couple of eels in here, I'd imagine, because the river runs through it. Just at the top of that lake is the start of the actual. It's the well where the spring fed, where the river actually starts. The 11. Oh, for that big swirl over there, probably a carp. Didn't see it to be a pike because I didn't see any small fish splashing around it, but would have been lovely to have caught that on video if it was a pike. But at the moment, no, I'm not getting any bites. But yeah, so this is the top pond. Like I say, I'm fishing this at the moment, but I will be heading down behind me probably some point today to do the middle pond. Now there is a third pond down the bottom. I think people do guest on it, and it's full of weed. It's never fished, so it's ramo weed, and I think there are fish in there. I'm not entirely sure because I don't fish it, and there's a lot of secretive anglers up here, and I do understand that, and I'm being a little bit more secretive with my piking now. Although I'm sharing with you what I'm doing, some things I'm not sharing with you, and that's not me being arsey or nasty or anything like that. I just got to protect the pike a little bit more. Now, a lot of people who watch my videos have worked out where I fish, and if you're smart enough, you'll probably be able to work it out. But unfortunately, you know, I've got to try and protect them a little bit because it's not to say be nasty, but you've got people taking them home for food. I don't know who that would be. You get people, you know, you get them taking home food. You hear it's a lot of Eastern Europeans, but you know, it could be English people as well, because there is actually you can take, I don't know if it's from a pond, but there is a rule where you can take pike, 1 pike a day or something, up to 60 centimetres. Now don't quote me on that, and I'm not advocating it because I just think it's wrong to do. There's more splashing down the bottom now. I'm just zooming in. But yeah, don't advocate me on that, and I don't say that's a good thing to do. I'm very much catch and release. I don't believe in taking fish. You know, especially in the UK, we're not in World War II anymore, so you know, it's cheap enough to go down the market and buy some. So you know, it's not me having a rant. It's just me saying, you know, look after the fish, look after the stocks. This place don't get stocked. It's a natural lake. The fish regenerate themselves. especially the pike. So look after them, you know, while they're here, because they might not always be. I mean, we're very lucky this lake is thousands of years old. These ponds are thousands of years old, since the Julius Caesar times, and you know, the fish do thrive. So anyway, that's me sort of showing you my bucket and having a little chat about that. Yeah, in terms of me, the reason why I've not been fishing too much lately, I went fishing last month. I didn't do a November update, which I'm a bit gutted about, but I did get out in November, and I did go down to Hastings and fish with my best mate Dan, which you can see the video. I'll put a link up in the top right hand corner for you. You can have a little watch. I'll be honest with you, it's an hour long. It's called Lessons Learned. There was a fish caught in it, but I ain't gonna lie to you, that's all there was, a fish. But you can see as it develops, we're having a bit of a laugh and a giggle together. We're also trying to analyse what went wrong within the session, and I think that's just as important as actually catching the fish themselves. But I enjoy it. I enjoy spending time with my mate Dan. Unfortunately, we never had a red letter day together ever, but hopefully at one point in the future that we will do. I'm sure I'll be back down there before the end of the season at some point. But until then, hopefully I can either get to the Thames. I mean, I've got a session planned with, well, I haven't got it planned, but we've been talking about it with Keith at some point. But now I'm doing nights, 3 days on, 3 days off at work. Hopefully that will work out for me. So we'll see how we go with that. Incidentally, I'm enjoying doing the nights at work. It's freeing up those. So 3 days on, 3 days off, like I say. Then 3 days I can get to go fishing. But at the moment I'm just catching up on sleep, because I'm getting about, in between shifts, I'm getting about 3.5 hours sleep, and it's killing me. But I'm learning CCTV now. Less pressure on my feet, so I'm just doing patrols, maybe 2 patrols a night. So it's less pressure on my feet. But you know, it's a very unsociable job. I'm not going to lie. Very unsociable. Let's zoom in on some wildlife for you while I'm talking. So some birds and that. But it's a very unsociable life doing nights. I don't have kids, so yeah, I don't have kids, so you know, I ain't got to worry about, or a missus or anything like that, so I ain't got to worry about that at all. Just sort of looking after myself. But let's pan this round. I'm sure you've had enough of looking at the lake as well. But yeah, I'm enjoying nights. I'm looking hopefully to get a car. Sort myself out of a car next year. I've been saying it for ages, but I'm hoping to do that. So I mean, this is just a little general update. I mean, there is going to be a question and answer blog or vlog over Christmas period, so hopefully I get to shoot that tomorrow. I'm not sure if it'll go out before this video or after, but you'll soon find out when it's up online. Just general questions that I asked a couple of months ago of people on my Facebook page, and some of my family have asked me a few questions and that as well. So, and some people have even private messaged me, which I found quite strange, because it wasn't that bad of a question. So, but yeah, they're not just fish related; they're all manner of weird questions. Are you crazy lot out there? So yeah, I'll do one of those Q&As for Christmas. But at the moment, I'm just enjoying life. I'm enjoying fishing. I'm knackered. I'm not going to lie. I've got an arcade machine being built in January for me, which I'm really looking forward to. I've wanted an arcade machine since I was a kid. Yeah, I know it's not fishing, but I wanted an arcade machine since I was a kid because I'm a retro gamer. You know, I have a lot of hobbies outside of fishing. You know, I don't just fish. I fish keep, which obviously not at the moment very well. I've had a tank running for God knows how long, and I've not put fish in it. But I used to have plenty of tanks at one point. This channel, believe it or not, before it was PredatorBitesUK, it was a channel of updates of me fish keeping, where I had numerous different tanks with different fish, and talked about my job, which obviously was, I was selling fish, tropical fish and cold water fish. And yeah, it was about 12 videos on there, and I actually erased them all to make this fishing vlog. But yeah, I'm enjoying what I'm doing at the moment. I haven't done no drawing for ages. I do a bit of art as well, so I want to hopefully get around to doing that. But anyway, for now, that's enough of me talking about myself. Again, I've not had a fish as of yet. Still very early, so got a good 6 hours or so left. But oh, that float's going a bit weird. Keep my eye on that. So I'm going to stay in the swim for, like I say, maybe another 2 hours. and I might have a little move somewhere, see if we can pick a fish up elsewhere. So yeah, baits I've got today is mackerel, bream and lampreys back up. I fancy my chances on the main lake, to be honest, the lake below me, the bigger lake, the middle lake. I do fancy my chances possibly for a fish there. Maybe with the mackerel and the lamprey with blood and oozing oil into the water. That's another thing I want to start thinking about doing is bringing the old oil up here and injecting the baits. Hopefully drawing the fish in a lot quicker. But again, I've never used oil. I've talked about it a lot. There was going to be an oil video at some point. Maybe if I get a chance to do a couple of fishing sessions up here in 1 month in 2017. Because I don't really want to do an oil video and an update video together. I'd rather do it separate if I can. And then I can solely just concentrate on one thing, which is the oil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch off for now. Relax, sit back, have a drink, hopefully pick up a fish, and you'll see some action. But if not, then next time I speak to you, it'll probably be down on a different spot or a different lake. Okay? Speak to you in a bit. Okay guys, so it's coming up towards 10 o'clock. I'm still on the top pond. Sorry if the wind's a bit bad. Don't know if you can hear me. This, yeah, it's coming up on screen. This camera's got a wind thing built in where you don't hear the wind as much, but I think you probably will. I'll try and talk loud so you can understand and hear what I'm saying. Let's zoom in on where I am. So I've got a float over there. So the wind's coming right into my face. It does cool off from time to time. That's the drifted one. It's kind of, I think it's hit against some lily pads on the bottom. So the bait's just resting against it because it's not really drifted at all. It's stopped drifting. And then I've got another one just there. That's in a little deep area. I can still see the bait on the bottom barely. It's slightly deeper than where I had it earlier. I'll cast it a little bit further out. That's the mackerel again. So let's just zoom back out. So yeah, you got that one now. And then that one over there. So yeah, nothing as of yet. I've been sitting here thinking to myself what to do. And I've also been thinking, well, not just thinking, but talking to myself about last season. Last season, I noticed I was getting a lot more runs. Something's not right this season. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. So this is my third session. I've only had 2 pike. So 1 on each last session. But on this last season, I had 2 or 3 sessions. So up until about this time. But last season, I had in the region of 16, 17 runs, if I can remember rightly. But I only landed about 2 or 3 fish, something like that. Can't quite remember, to have to look back, but I know that I was doing a lot better last season. Something's not right. But then saying that, I wasn't fishing the top lake. I was fishing the bigger bottom lake. They say there's not more pike in this top lake, this top pond. There's obviously more in the middle pond because it's a bigger pond, but size for size, there's a lot of pike in this top pond for the size of what it is. And I did hear rumours back in the day that they used to put the carp hangers used to take the pike from the middle pond and put them up here. Not kill them, just put them up here. Just to give the carp a little bit of a, in their eyes, give the carp a little bit of leeway for spawning down on the bottom pond. But nature, in my opinion, nature finds a way anyway. But as long as they wasn't harming the pike, they moved them up here. I've got no problem with that. There's plenty of fucking bait food for them to eat up here anyway, so there's plenty of little ducks and things like that. So no, the pike do thrive up here, just at the moment I can't seem to latch onto one. So anyway, I'm not going to babble on too much at the moment because I don't want to just make it a talking video as such, although that's what I'm known for. I'm going to reel my rods in now and I'm going to move to a new spot behind me. I'm going to go down onto the middle lake. I've still got about 6 hours of light left, so hopefully I can bag at least 1 or 2 fish from down there. So I'm going to say goodbye from the top pond and I'm going to move down to the bottom pond. Not sure where yet. I'm going to have a little walk round and then just drop into a spot. I've got an idea of a few that I might drop into. So I'll speak to you in a little while. Hello and welcome back. I've had my move. Been fishing now for about, I don't know, half an hour in the new swim. So I've moved back onto that main lake, like I said I was going to, the middle lake. Really strange. Walking around a lake where it's so bare, I've never seen it so bare in my life. The vegetation in the lake, there is still a lot of vegetation, but not as bad as what it is in the top lake up top. I think maybe because there's a lot more movement, life that happens down here, dogs running in the water, I don't know, carp anglers all the time fishing down here, and this lake gets fished a lot more than the top lake does. So I think maybe there's less vegetation because the swims get more action, so to speak. Plus you don't know if the tench anglers and the carp anglers actually drag the swims with rakes. I mean, if I was to fish for carp and tench down here, I certainly would probably get myself a rake system, make one, or just buy one or whatever. You know, I'd probably make one cheap enough, and drag some of the swims of weed. And I'd certainly fish with pop-up style baits. I wouldn't fish bottom baits. It's just too silty and too dirty and mucky. I'm not saying that's not a way to do it, I'm just saying how I would do it. I'm not a carp angler as such. I know how to carp fish and I can hold my own. I know how to catch carp. I like to keep things very simple, but I'd probably use a choddy rig here. I mean, I know choddies, everybody talks about choddies and stuff like that. It's a fashionable rig and people just use it for fashion, but no, it'd certainly work on this water. Hinge stiff rig, or even just pop up straight from the lead. If you're just going to fish it, maybe about 6 inches or more popped up off the lead. But that's how I'd fish it here. It's very clear. You know, you don't want the fish, especially the carp, they're going to spook off. But anyway, this is not a carp video, and I don't really want to go too much in depth about carp. You know, what the carp anglers do is what they do. You know, it's not really for me. Although there's some nice carp in here still, I believe. Just one or two of the old originals. And there's some carp up in the top pond, loads of koi in the top pond. But anyway, we're here for pike, and that's what I'm fishing for. There's loads of movement. I'm out of the wind, sitting in this little cove, which is really nice. I'll give you a little bit of a look on this lake later on. It's the same swim that I very first started fishing my blogs in. Well, not my blog, yeah, my vlogs. When I started fishing up the ponds here. Like I said, I had loads of runs in this swim, but didn't manage to convert them for whatever reason. So I thought, well, why not just drop back into the swim and see how it goes. It's a lot more bare than what I ever fished before in this swim. There's a lot more vegetation, like I said. When I fished just after Christmas last year, I actually fished the other side of the lake on the same lake, and I had an 8-pounder and a 9-pounder in a couple of hours mornings fishing, and the temperature's not too dissimilar for the way it is at the moment. Don't know what the pressure and all that is like, because I don't really look into the pressure. It's not something I'm sort of big on looking into, but so yeah, I've got 2 of my baits out. I will show you them a little bit later. I've got one by near a tree, the mackerel on the high vis dart, and then I've got the bream, which I'm fishing just touching bottom, just out in front of me, where I was having all those knocks and runs before. So I mean, if you want to watch that video, you can go ahead and watch it. I'll stick it up in the top right hand corner again, and you can have a little look at it and click on that and watch it, and just watch just how much of a noddy I was at the time. Well, how much of a noddy, the way I was fishing at the time. But yeah, I've got to admit, my confidence has gone a little bit low again. I know the fish are in here. I just got to put the time in and get the bait in the water and hopefully pick one of them up. But for now, I'm just going to shut off the camera, because I don't want it to be just a complete talking video, which it may well turn out to be if I don't catch. Because obviously it's a vlog, it's not a video on me catching loads of fish like I keep talking about. It's a vlog, so it's an update bit by bit as things happen. You know, if I catch a fish, I catch a fish. If I don't, I don't. And that's the whole beauty of doing this style of video, and that's the way I'm always going to keep it. So I'm not going to do it any other way. So just want to say thanks to all those loyal followers out there that watch my vlogs and they enjoy what I do. I would like to bring more fish to you. It's quite ironic. The best sessions I've had up here, I didn't really film. I was contemplating at the time whether to stop filming altogether, so I didn't bother filming, and I ended up having a couple of really decent fish up here, really good couple of sessions. And it's the same with now. I've got to admit, at the moment, it's running through my mind, you know, should I carry on making videos? I don't know what I should do, if I should carry on. I need to focus my energies after Christmas about losing weight, and I've said it before a million times, and you know, I have lost some and put it back on and taken it off and put it back on, but I'm at my biggest weight. I'm a 30 stone man, I'm a big guy. I need to lose some serious weight, because I feel that at some point I can lose my job, possibly, not through them sacking me, but through me not being able to produce my best of what I should be doing. But at the moment, because I'm in the control room and I'm just patrolling at night, it's taking a lot of pressure off my feet. But even get up in the morning, or when I get up, my feet are in so much pain, and my knee's really starting to hurt more than my feet. I can take the constant throbbing of my feet and the sharp knives and stabbing motions on the bottoms of my feet more than I can take with my knees. But yeah, I'm a bit of a fat slob, and I really need to look at losing weight. But anyway, that's enough of that. I don't really want to go into that, it's bore you with it. But there's a lot of small fish movement actually, not far from my float, just out in front of me. So I'm going to switch off for now, and hopefully, and I do mean hopefully, the next time I speak to you, there will be a fish in my arms. So catch you in a bit. Here we go. So fish on. Yes, lovely. So got fish on, guys. Don't know how big it is yet. It's coming quite quickly. Got the net ready. Didn't think I was actually going to get one today. So I hope you'll catch it. Oh, he's swimming off now. I hope you're catching this, guys. Oh, he's a nice fish. Nice pike. I don't know if you can catch this on video. First time I'm using the GoPro. He'll probably wake up in a minute. Koi is a nice fish. Don't know how big he goes. He'll probably wake up in a minute and shoot off. Might be. Yeah, he's coming quite. Oh, here he goes. Tail walking. It's quite lively still. Wow, he's coming quite easily. Didn't think he was going to come in as easy as that. Let's get the net ready. Oh, he's a nice pike. Oh, he's not ready yet. He's not ready yet. Come on, little one. All right, little one. Come on in. Here we go. Oh, let's give you a rest. Oh. Okay. Oh, he's a good fish. It's all right, calm down. Calm down. Let me get the hooks out, yeah. As you can see, out they come. Koi is a nice fish. Let's get out of the way. We'll give him a quick weigh. Let's get the leaves out. There we go. Lovely fish. Maybe even a double. We'll find out. £9 on the button. There we go. £9 on the button. I'm happy with that. And I've just had a nice pike. £9. It's a bit sore. So the move. Oh, let's get the leaves off him. So the move as you can see, there he is. The move actually paid off. So, very pleased with this one. He's got a bit of sore on him. Hooks really nicely. Caught this one just out in front of me on the bream rod. It's a really nice fish, as you can see. Close up of him. Lovely, isn't he? Oh, he's gorgeous. Just want to kiss him, but not from this water. So yeah, as you can see, he's absolutely stunning. Apart from the sores, quite a meaty fish. He's been feeding well. He's got some damage where he's been caught before on my side, on his mouth. Looks like he's healing quite well though, that's one thing I will say. But as you can see, absolutely stunning little pike. So I'm going to do a couple of quick shots with him. £9 on the button and then get him back. So it's really nice to have had my present. Would have been lovely to have had a double, but very, very pleased. So let's get him back in the water, shall we? One last look. Lovely. Hello, sorry about the wind guys, I don't know if you're catching me on this, but after that move, after half an hour, I've had a fish, as you just saw. It was a 9-pounder, it was a nice fish, but it was it'd been caught quite a few times before, you could see. Had a little bit of damage on its mouth on the other side that you didn't get to see. It was a lot cleaner on the other side in terms of the body, but the side that you guys saw was, it had a bit of red sore. Probably due to maybe the pike laying up or bad handling, that kind of thing. You know, this water is known for being, you know, it's a free water, it's a free stretch, you don't pay, anyone can come and fish it. The fish are pressured, even though there's a lot of pike in the water. But it was nice to have a 9-pounder. Give me a little nice little tail walk, coming really easy, then it decided it wanted to tail walk. Had a nice hoop in the rod, nice bend in the rod. Make sure that I unhooked it nicely and pull it back as nice as what the pike should go back. So as I'd been wrestling the net, I dipped the front of the net for him to swim out. In that meantime, I was actually running back to get the camera because I'd taken my head camera off to try and sort of show him swimming away, but he just swam away on his own merit. But I had him thrashing in the net before I let him go. I wouldn't just let him go on his own call if I didn't think he was strong enough to go. So, just going to talk you through what had happened, and obviously, right, so you can see that tree there. I've just got one rod down there. That's the mackerel rod. So that's my little quiet sit out the way rod, and hopefully that will go. But I knew my banker one would be this one. This is the one that's just literally in mid-water. Anywhere in that area, just out in front of me, maybe 20, 25 foot. So anywhere just out in front of me, 20, 25 foot, I had all those runs last year. And I knew eventually that a fish is going to come. And I wouldn't be surprised maybe if I have another fish before I go home. I'm not sure of the time. I said I had the fish about 10:30, but I'm not too sure. Let me just check the time now. Yeah, it would have been 10:30 because it's about 20 to 11 now. 10 to 11 now, so yeah, I had to fish about 10:30, so only about half an hour after moving into this swim. So it was the right thing to do. You know, people always tell me sometimes you've got to move and find a fish. And I think 9 out of 10 times then people are right. It's just not my style of fishing. I have got the bucket seat with me today, as you saw earlier. So what's really good about that bucket seat as opposed to a normal seat, when you're sitting comfortable and you're pike fishing for hours on end, you want to sit in a nice comfy chair, and you know, sometimes it's hard to get out until you get a fish. So you don't really want to move. But with a bucket you can use it, it's like a rod hopping, sorry about the geese and the gulls and noisy sods. So yeah, with a bucket, if you're doing rod hopping, rod leaping down a drain or a river or even on a lake, it's really easy to move up sticks and move quickly. So anyway, the one I had, it was the rod in front of me, as you see now, just out in front of me. There we go, that's about a foot off bottom, that one, so it's drifting, slightly drifting. The other one's actually fixed on the bottom of the mackerel. So yeah, it was a nice bite. I was watching it, just dip, come up, dip, just one after another, and then all of a sudden it started to move away slowly to the left, and that's when I struck into it. I don't know if I caught it all on the head cam, Like I said, I don't use a head cam. It's the first time I've used it and caught a fish on it, so I don't know how the footage come out, but I'll probably edit it down so it sort of looks half decent if it did come out at all. Got a couple of pictures as well, a couple of stills, and you'll probably see them. Well, I can show you them at the end of this little blog entry, or maybe in the conclusion at the end of this month's update. But there's still, what, 4 hours to go fishing, so I still might get 1 or 2. So I'm going to try and preserve the battery because the battery's starting to go low now. So just wanted to have a little quick in-between update. Hello, so I've not had no fish as of yet, after having that one earlier on. The time is 2:30, so I'm going to stay 1 more hour and then I'm going to pack up. Apparently it's going to rain about 4 o'clock when it starts getting dark, so I've then got to battle through the buses to get home. But what I'll show you is I'll show you the rigs that I've been using today on this particular session. Now, it's nothing complicated and it's not too different from what I was doing before, just fishing bottom end only. But so I'm using lamprey as bait. Okay, really bloody. As you can see, the blood is literally pissing out the bottom of that. Using my standard snap tackle bottom trace, so I'm fishing on the bottom now. I've got, as you can see there, I haven't got a snap link on this one. I've literally run out, so I need to buy some more. So on this one you can see I'm actually using an egg sinker. That's plugged on to the swivel. I've talked about these before, so it actually plugs onto the swivel, but you can change that. So I can put a heavier one or a lighter one on, gauging, you know, if I was fishing up in the water as an example, then I can use, say I'm using a 12 gram float, I can fish maybe an 8 gram one of these if I'm using a heavy bait, sort of counterbalance it. But say for instance I want to fish on the bottom and nail it hard because the drift is moving it, using a lighter sinker, then I can put say a 25 gram on. So it works roundabouts. Then come down to the interesting part, the float. Now this is slightly different to what you normally see me use. This is a bottom end only type float. So this is an old Fox, it's an old Fox dart. This is only 18 grams or 12 grams, this one. Doesn't really matter. So above that I've got a stop knot and a bead, and below it I've got a stop knot, and believe it or not, there we go, there's a stop knot there, and a bead. So what it does is it's trapping it. It's actually trapping it in between. I could have it closer together if I want to, but what I tend to do, it's really sort of, it sounds complicated, but you can see the trace. You imagine that's laying on bottom now, yeah, where the egg sinker is. That stop knot is stopping the float going right down to the egg sinker and getting tangled, possibly getting tangled up on the, you know, the float getting tangled up, because it is bottom end only, getting tangled up around the bait and around the egg sinker. So that actually, that bottom stop knot just stops it from going down, and the top, the stop knot at the top, that one there, the green one, and that stops it from, you know, going completely up the line. It actually just gives it that that chance for it to cock, if that makes sense, cock the float over. What I tend to do is if I fish it over depth by maybe 6 inches on a still water, maybe a foot on a river, you know, depending on where I am, then what you can do is you can start to wind down slowly till the float cocks from being on flat to sort of sitting up like that. And what it does is it's almost like lift method. If any of you guys tench fish or, you know, carp fish and you're using a piece of peacock quill, it's almost like a lift method. So what I'm going to do, cast this one out with the lamprey. I've already got mackerel out on the other rod, keeping an eye on it. So yeah, I'm going to cast this one out for the last hour, and then hopefully we can catch a fish in that time. If not, then I'll do a conclusion. Incidentally, you see me still using monofilament on my line. I told you in the last vlog, well over a month and a half ago, that I was going to be getting some braids, and it finally came. Excuse me, it came yesterday, but I didn't have time to change it. So I got some £50 and £40 braid. It's called Spectra, or Spectra. It's from China. I use it for lure fishing. I've got many different colours, different versions for my lure fishing on my lure reels, and they do absolutely fantastic. So there's no reason why I can't use this stuff to be putting on my bait fishing. So hopefully we'll see if we can catch fish on that next time out, and I can give you a little bit of a review and let you know if it's any good or not. But it's mega cheap, it does exactly what I want it to for lure fishing. That's continuous casting, so I can't imagine it'll be any different. So let's get this bait out, give it one more hour. Okay guys, so coming to the end of the session now. I'm going to do my conclusion. Still got my 2 rods out, but as soon as I finish this I'm going to reel them in. Let me just check them. Sweet. Right, so one fish after a move, can't complain. £9, old fish. Would have been nice to have had something mint, but unfortunately sometimes you do catch the older fish and the slightly damaged fish. It's quite interesting. So before I sort of wrap up, 2 lads just come up to me on a bike and they recognise who I was. I think, well, I know one of them, I've seen him up here before. They're really nice lads, really nice lads to chat to. You know, not shy of talking about what they've had and stuff like that, because, you know, I'm not here for the carp, and that's what they primarily fish for. So I'm not here for the carp. So yeah, no, good on them, really nice lads, and I hope they do quite well with their quest for the rest of the season to catch some fish, because I know they're going to be fishing over the Christmas period. So I wish them well, and I hope they do really well, and I hope they catch some of these carp, because there's some really nice carp in the water. So good luck to them. So yeah, last session of the year. Not too bad, I can't complain. Like I say, I've had a fish, you know, it's been slow. Apparently the fishing in general has been slow, and I know the pike fishing in general has been slow. Well, for me it certainly has anyway, but some of the other people I've spoken to who fishes these particular places, and other places that I fish as well, you know, even on the Thames, a few fish have come out, not many. I've not been to the Thames for over a year, so I need to get my arse back down there again. But really enjoyed today's session. It was only for 8-hour session or so, so I was up here longer than what I normally do, just checking my rods. Would have been nice to have finished on another fish, but unfortunately it's not to be. Looking forward to my next session in January. I don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing. I really need to meet up with Jack. I haven't fished with Jack for a little while. I'm meant to be fishing with Keith as well. As for Dan, like I said, or may have said, that I'm going to head down to Hastings and fish with him. So I've got at least 3 sessions planned with 3 of my mates after Christmas at some point. I'm really tired, I'm knackered. The night shift work it's a bit long hours, 13-hour shifts, and not 9 hours as normal. So 13 hours plus 4 hours travel. So you can imagine just how much sleep I'm getting. So I'm really tired. So tomorrow's Christmas Eve. I'll probably end up filming the Q&A tomorrow, and then putting it up sometime over the Christmas period, the same with this video. I might even try and edit this tonight and get it out for tomorrow, or even Christmas Day possibly. Like I say, I really enjoy this place. I love it. It's my local. It's got a lot of history behind it. You know, some of the fish you're going to catch are stunning. Some of the fish you're going to catch are not going to be as well looked after. Some of these fish have been repeat captures time after time. You know, I was talking to the 2 lads I was just talking to a minute ago. They were telling me that some of the fish actually have been damaged, where they've been dropped on the head and stuff like that by inexperienced anglers. But sometimes, you know, you want to help and educate some people, but some people take it the wrong way and can get quite nasty about it. So, like I say, if I catch anything of note, I want to sort of protect the fish. You know, you've got to try and protect the fish as much as possible, especially pike. They're not as robust as many other fish. You know, you should protect all fish and protect your fishery. That's why I'm a little bit more secret squirrel about where I fish nowadays. It's not hard to find out where I'm fishing if you're smart enough to look, but it's not about that. It's about looking after the fish. You know, I'm not saying don't come fish here because it's my water. It's not about that. It's about looking after the fish at the end of the day. We're all here to do the same thing, and it's, you know, to enjoy the sport. So anyway, that's me off my hobby horse with that. So I hope you enjoyed this session. Like I say, sorry it's only one fish again, but at least it wasn't a blank, and it saved the blank, and it was a nice little Christmas present. all there is left to do is to say please like, comment, I'm sure you're going to comment, and subscribe. Hitting that subscribe button will really help me, and it helps the channel. You can also go on my Facebook page, on my Twitter page, and my Instagram page, which you'll also find under the comment section below, or next to the comment section. But if you subscribe, then obviously you can get first window when my videos go up. Next year I will be hopefully trying a few different things. At the moment I'm enjoying this vlogging, and what I mean by vlogging is just doing real-time vlogging, you know, as opposed to showing you wildlife and putting in loads of montages and that kind of thing. And it's really nice to do that and capture it, but I've been quite lazy, and all I really want to do is catch fish, because I think sometimes, especially me, I get preoccupied, doing other things, filming other things, and I'm not actually fishing. So at the moment, like I say, it's all about trying to catch the fish and enjoying those for what they are. But next year I'll probably do something slightly different, but you'll see that in hopefully the Q&A video, where I'll do a little bit of an update and talk about the channel. So all there is left to say is thanks for watching, and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and good luck in 2017. Take care, and I'll see you soon on the next vlog.